Good evening. This is QTV News coming to you live from our studios on Caraba Avenue, and I am Julden Yai. Thanks for joining us. Here are the main news headlines. The Gambia's tourism season officially opened on Friday with 2 flights from the United Kingdom and Holland with 358 tourists on board. And C3G Gambia, with support from the Q Group and other partners, conducted free breast cancer screening for women on Saturday as part of raising awareness of October as the Pink Month. And the Ministry of Higher Education held the official opening of the Ndemban Skills Training Center in Fonyi Berefet District in the West Coast region on Friday. World Sight Day was commemorated on Thursday in Buyam in the West Coast region by the National Eye Health Program of the Ministry of Health. And the Gambia Armed Forces officially bid farewell to retired Chief of Defense Staff Yakuba A. Drame during a pulling out parade at the Fajara Barracks on Friday. Those were your headlines, and now the news in detail. If you're just tuning in, this is QTV News and I am Julden Yai. Now, the Gambia's tourism season officially opened on Friday with 2 flights from the United Kingdom and Holland with 358 tourists on board. As QTV's Lolly M. Camara reports, Gambia Tourism Board officials have high expectations of this year's season.
The first flight from the United Kingdom by tour operator The Gambia Experience arrived with 175 tourists, while the second flight, Corendon Airline from the Netherlands, landed with 183 tourists on board. Many of these tourists we spoke to say they are first-time visitors who are happy to come to the Gambia for their holiday experience. Officials of the Gambia Tourism Board were at the airport to welcome the first 2 flights. Fodeba, the head of marketing at the Gambia Tourism Board, said based on their projection for this year's season, about 206,000 tourists are expected to arrive by air, in addition to those arriving by sea and land. Mr. Ba further stated that efforts have been made to promote and market the Gambia as an ideal tourism destination. He went on to share his expectations for this year's season.
There's huge expectations, and as per the efforts we have done in terms of marketing and promotions, there's a huge expectation. You will see that there will be going to be a huge flight frequency from the UK, the Holland, and you can see with Corendon we're going to receive 3 flights per week, and with a 30% increase in capacity. And with Gambia Experience too, we're going to receive 3 flights, and there are other tourist flights that are coming from the UK. So the expectations are high, and we believe that this year is going to be amazing.
As tourism continues to play a significant role in improving the country's economy and enhancing its image, and with the increase in popularity and marketing by tourism officials, infrastructural development has been slow. Mr. Ba again.
You know, we all know tourism is everybody's business. So it's the responsibility of all of us to see that we renovate our places, and we ensure that the places are up to standard, and to see that tourists enjoy their stays in their hotels or in their apartment or accommodations. In tourism is everybody's responsibility. We need to do a lot of efforts to see that tourists enjoy their stay.
The tourist we spoke to highlights that they have had many good things about the Gambia, and that include the wonderful nature, wildlife, rich culture and traditions, the food, and the hospitable people who are always smiling. Rosanna, Marco, and Mirajun were among those on the first flights.
Country, the people we see. We are here on holiday for 1 week.
Nice beaches with great nature. That's the reason why we came here, the nature.
I've never been here. I want to see how it is in Africa. I heard people talk good about Gambia, so I want to see it for myself.
Tourism offers opportunities for emerging economies and developing countries and help create jobs, strengthen the local economy and contributes to local infrastructure. As the season begins, tourism officials, restaurant and shop owners craft market vendors and tourist taxi drivers are confident that this year's season will be a great success. For QTV News, Lolly M. Kamara.
Globally, October is designated as Pink Month to raise awareness of breast cancer. C3G Gambia, with support from the Q Group and other partners, conducted free breast cancer screening for hundreds of women on Saturday as part of efforts to save lives from the deadly disease. The First Lady of the Gambia, Fatoumata Barbaro, presided over the event. QTV's Momodou Lamin Choi was there, and this is his report.
This is a humanitarian response to a deadly disease. On Saturday, at the Bundung Maternal and Child Hospital, hundreds of women gather for free breast cancer screening. The First Lady of the Gambia, Fatoumata Barbaro, together with 2 cabinet ministers, is presiding over the event.
In the Gambia, I am pleased to state that some of our hospitals are staffed and equipped to cure early breast cancer, but only if sufferers do not seek help when it is too late and impossible to cure.
Breast cancer is a disease in which abnormal breast cells grow out of control and form tumors. If left unchecked, the tumors can spread throughout the body. Living with it without early screening can cause late detection, making the disease fatal and incurable. This makes this free screening valuable and life-saving. Dr. Abubakar Jah is the chairman of C3G Gambia.
We want to also thank the Q Group Foundation and the GCCI through their members, the AMC Trading, Malik Mendy Tailoring, Banjul Pharmacy, Supersonics, Royal Insurance, Screen Limited, and our other partners including Sharab Hospital, Malak Chemist, Innovarex, who are here today, and they are doing, Honorable Minister, free of charge 200 blood sugar tests. So we are not only doing cancer screening today, with the help of Innovarex today, we are doing 200 cancer tests, and all the women who are here are being screened also for hypertension.
In sub-Saharan Africa, prevention and treatment of breast cancer is a pressing health issue. In most high-income countries, breast cancer survival rates after 5 years of diagnosis are at 90% as compared to 40% in sub-Saharan Africa. Health experts attribute this to inadequate breast cancer care, lack of awareness, and late-stage diagnosis of the disease. This free breast cancer screening complements government's efforts in tackling such conditions. Dr. Ahmadou Lamin Samate is the Minister of Health.
Government doesn't necessarily have to call people to come on board, because we might not know where the strength of individuals and groups lie. Individuals can also approach government with good ideas, good vision, and the doors of the government are always open to work with every Gambian who has ideas, who wants to move this country forward. And this is what the C3G Group has done, and we are appreciative as a government. Thank you very much.
C3G Gambia, which stands for Cancer Confrontation Care and Consolation Gambia, is a group of health officials who offer free cancer treatment. With support from partners, C3G Gambia established a laboratory at the Edward Francis Small Teaching Hospital in Banjul to offer free cancer screening and treatment for the public. The Q Group Foundation is one of the major sponsors of C3G's efforts to fight cancer in the Gambia. Ami Sise speaks on behalf of the Executive Director of the Q Group Foundation.
Dating back to 2016, we signed an MOU with the ministry, and in partnership with them, we've been able to partner in many initiatives, which includes the provision of solar energy and renovation of health centers throughout the country, provision of protection gear during COVID-19 pandemic, and most recently, support to the Edward Francis Small Teaching Hospital to host an international scientific surgical conference that brought together many renowned surgeons around the region to share best practices and experiences. This year, we handsomely donated $300,000 towards C3G's Pink October initiative, which goes towards the free screening offered to all the women sitting here today.
In 2020, there were 2.3 million women diagnosed with breast cancer and 685,000 deaths globally. Mahmoud Lamin Choi, QTV News.
The Ministry of Higher Education, Research, Science and Technology held the official opening of the Ndemban Skills Training Center in Fonyi Berefet district in the West Coast region on Friday. The event also witnessed a presentation of equipment by the Turkey Cooperation and International Development Agency TICA to boost the center's operations. Let's have more details of that in this report.
The Ndemban Skills Center, which began operations in March this year in Fonyi Berefet district, is dedicated to advancing technical and vocational education and training (TVET) while ensuring access to skills training and capacity building. The center offers training in a variety of trades including auto mechanics, carpentry, construction, electrical installation and welding and fabrication, among others. Per Gomez, the Minister of Higher Education, Research, Science and Technology, shared his perspective on the significance of this initiative.
We are an independent country, 58 years, yet still we find it difficult to produce well-trained citizenry with the right skill sets to sit down in their own backyards and build their nation. But what is happening? We must use education to liberate ourselves. And that's why I said the bell is ringing to break the chains of slavery. And Ndemban will take the lead.
Sule Baya is the Turkey Cooperation and International Development Agency TICA Banjul coordinator.
The purpose of TICA's support to the center is to provide necessary equipment, materials and supplies for the center's construction and carpentry training program. We hope that the donated equipment and materials will be used wisely to achieve their intended purpose.
Dr. Yusufa Toure, the Permanent Secretary at the Ministry of Higher Education, expressed gratitude to the Turkish partners and emphasized the institution's role as a center of excellence.
In the next few months, you will be seeing a lot of development, in this campus. But who started this whole thing? Today we are here to celebrate our friends. They have started the beginning of that journey. So I must say you should sit up tight and brace up for a very interesting journey, in the realm, of TVET, for this country.
Aliu Seka, the director of the University of Applied Science, Engineering and Technology, USAT, shared words of wisdom and encouragement with both students and instructors.
And those who are going to be beneficiaries to these initiatives has to make it happen. And what we are looking at is all about development. Making sure that the future of this country is compared to any other developed country.
Ibrahim Ajalo, an automotive student at USAT, spoke on behalf of his fellow students.
What they have presented us with, I think is enough to do whatever we want, more especially in whatever field we are doing, because we have some, and this is an addition to it. So we are very thankful and grateful to them. You understand? We will make sure that we make best use of these tools.
TVET can play a pivotal role in nation's economic growth by nurturing a skilled workforce, promote self-employment, and aligning education with the needs of various industries while enhancing the quality of life for individuals and driving forward national development. Reporting for QTV News, I am Lena E. Igwenyiba.
That report there will take us to a commercial break. When we return, we have some more local news stories for you. Do stay tuned.
Technology has always been at the forefront of our lives, and the way we use it has evolved drastically over the years. With the advent of 5G internet, we are entering a new era of technological innovation that promises to transform the way we live, work, and play. 5G internet is capable of providing data speeds up to 100 times faster than 4G, making it the ideal solution for streaming high-quality videos, playing online games, and downloading large files on the go. 5G internet is already transforming cities across the globe, powering smart cities, self-driving cars, and virtual reality experiences that were once thought impossible. 5G internet is also paving the way for Internet of Things, allowing for seamless connectivity between devices and the creation of a truly connected world. For the first time in the Gambia, QCell is bringing tomorrow's technology to you today with the launch of QCell 5G Internet. Get ready to experience the out-of-this-world wonders of QCell's 5G internet. For more information, call 111. QCell. We innovate, others follow.
Welcome back. If you're just tuning in, this is QTV News with me, Juldayai. Now, World Sight Day was commemorated on Thursday in Buyam in the West Coast region by the National Eye Health Program of the Ministry of Health. The event is observed annually on the second Thursday in October. QTV's Janaba Sonko tells us more of that in this report.
Vision impairment poses an enormous global financial burden, with an estimated $411 billion loss in workplace productivity due to poor vision. At this event, to draw attention to blindness and vision impairment at World Sight Day celebrations in Buyam, the Minister of Health was represented by Michael Mangamendi.
In 2021, the Gambia has been declared trachoma-free by the World Health Organization, after the Gambia successfully eliminated trachoma as a major public health problem. These achievements were registered through decades of intensive efforts, both by National Eye Health Program, through the Ministry of Health, as well as the laudable support accorded to the program by partners.
For this year's event, the World Health Organization has launched WHO Eyes, a free app for the public to check how well they can see things close up at a distance and learn how they can protect their eyes. Sajo Kani is the program manager, National Eye Health Program.
We have almost about 32 primary eye care centers in the country where people can be seen, and if they cannot be managed at that centers, they are referred to the secondary eye units. And we have the main referral center, which is the tertiary center at Seaside, where all the cases in the country are referred. Despite the fact we have a functional eye unit in Biam, we have a cataract surgeon based here with his team, and we also have the equipment. We have an operating theater. The output from Fonyi here has not been encouraging. Most of the patients are leaving here going to Brikama or to Seaside to have simple cataract operation. We want to make a stop to this. There is a facility here, and there is somebody who takes care of all cataract operations.
Dr. Wilson Cisse of Sheikh Zayed Regional Eye Care Center spoke on the theme, Love Your Eyes at Work. This is a global call to all corporate leaders to prioritize their workers' eye health and understand the importance of vision at the workplace.
Individuals may have varying susceptibilities to workplace injury, and this variability is related to occupational and individual characteristics. And many reports have found a consistently elevated risk factor for injury among younger workers and workers with lower educational attainment. The increased risk for injury among novice workers compared to their longer tenured counterparts remain.
Almami Jiba, National Assembly member for Fonyi Councillor, joins the advocacy for Gambians to love their eyes at work and beyond.
And the theme of this year's celebration is Love Your Eyes at Work. This is very eye-catching. We love our eyes when we are working towards our common good. We love our eyes as farmers. We love our eyes as nurses. We love our eyes as soldiers. We love our eyes as key practitioners in any field that we belong to. Without the eyes, it will be difficult for us to see the trajectory move of every country.
In the Gambia, Sheikh Zayed Regional Eye Care Center serves as a one-stop center of excellence and training for eye care in the West African region. Reporting for QTV News, I am Jennifer Sonko.
Now, the Gambia Armed Forces officially bid farewell to retired Chief of Defense Staff Yakuba A. Drame during a pulling out parade at the Fajara Barracks on Friday. The ceremony formally brings to an end of Drame's 39 years of service to the military. Aliou Cisse witnesses the ceremony, and this is his report.
It is a solemn farewell characterized by the traditional pulling out parade by personnel of the Gambia Armed Forces to pay a special tribute and homage to their outgoing Chief of Defense Staff, Lieutenant General Yakuba A. Drame, after dedicating nearly 4 decades of his life to serving the Gambia's military to defend the territorial integrity of the country. This occasion brings an end to what the Army say is a distinguished military career of the outgoing CDS after reaching the statutory retirement age of 60 years. Family members, heads of sister security services, fellow comrades in the Army, senior government officials, and Deputy Speaker C.D. Njai, who doubles as the chairperson of National Assembly Standing Committee on Defense and Security, were present. In his final address as head of the military, the retired Lieutenant General Yakuba A. Drame thanked the President and Commander-in-Chief of the Gambia Armed Forces, Adama Barrow, Cabinet Ministers, National Assembly members, the Gambian people, and his men and women in uniform for the support and cooperation given to him during his tenure. He expressed pride in serving his country to the highest level. He said among his priorities was to reform the Army to become a professional and highly motivated force answerable to civilian authority. He advised the Army to remain apolitical in the execution of their constitutional mandate.
Commanders at all levels of command are enjoined to continue to remind officers, soldiers and rating under their respective command to remain non-partisan and be guided by the stipulated code of conduct and the relevant provisions as contained in the Gambia Armed Forces Act and the Constitution in the discharge of their well-defined duties. I am very convinced that you will strictly abide by this genuine command directive, even in my absence.
President Barrow has appointed Major General Mahmoud Ocham as the new Chief of Defense Staff to be assisted by Brigadier General Usman Gomez as Deputy CDS. In a vote of thanks, Lieutenant Colonel Abdullah Mbub, the new commanding officer of the State Guards Battalion, celebrated the achievements of Lieutenant General Drame, saying he has retired but is not tired. He described him as a distinguished general, mentor, and a patriotic citizen who has worked tremendously hard to enhance the professionalism of the military through training in and outside the country, while at the same time ensuring an apolitical and non-tribal inclined force.
Today we say we are sad because one of our gurus and comrades is going away from us. But while this is so, we are also encouraged that your absence make our hearts grow fonder. But we will miss you. We will miss your gentleness. We will miss your smiles and charming personality and leadership style. Thank you, General. You are a beacon of hope for all. It is our prayer for you that retirement gives you a less regimented life. As the saying goes, once a soldier, always a soldier.
The outgoing CDS Drame was appointed on the 5th of March 2020 as the Gambia's 8th Chief of Defense Staff. As he bids farewell as CDS, we wish retired Lieutenant General Yakuba A. Drame every success in his post-retirement endeavors. Reporting for QTV News, I am Aliou Cisse.
Now, the West Africa Competitiveness Program will come under the United Nations Industrial Development Organization, UNIDO, organized a day-long training for vegetable garden growers in Mansa Konko in the Lower River region. Our regional correspondent, Bakari Balde, attended the opening ceremony, and this is his report.
Although large sections of the Gambia's population are engaged in agri and horticulture, studies have shown more needs to be done to enhance the value chain of the products grown. This training, supported by the European Union, brought together 15 vegetable growers from the West Coast region, the North Bank region, the Lower River region, and the Central River region to discuss hygiene practices and hazard analysis critical control points-based food safety systems. The aim is to increase competitiveness through enhanced quality and compliance along the onion value chain in the Gambia. Joseph Dean, UNIDO's National Technical Coordinator, said the Welcome Project supports 120 vegetable gardens across the 4 regions in the country and outlined the program's inputs.
Increasing the performance along the value chain regarding food safety and food compliance, production and storage capacity, and market access of the onion and allied value chains. To strengthen the technical capacity of the Food Safety and Quality Authority, the Gambia Centers Bureau, and other relevant entities of the national quality infrastructure.
Lamin Dabo, the Regional Agriculture Director in Lower River Region acknowledged the efforts of UNIDO and WACOM for their timely interventions in helping vegetable gardeners and emphasized the importance of such activities.
For 1 year, they will be dealing with you people, and together we are going to do the work. Garden masters, you are going to select people who are going to be our, who are going to be in the farmer field school, at least 30. We will learn a lot in order for people to replicate that one, to do the same, what we want it to be done on onion production, on different type of crop production, so that we can have quality.
Ada Obi Okuwuribe, an international food safety expert from Nigeria, is the training facilitator. She urged participants to make the best use of the training and highlights the thematic areas.
We're going to talk about food safety management systems. We're going to talk about the different food safety management system, and we're going to dwell more on HACCP. HACCP, like I said, is a hazard analysis critical control point. So we'll be able to tell them to be proactive in preventing food poisoning.
Sidi Lamidba, the governor of LRR, said agriculture is one of the government's priority areas and further outlined the aims of the WACOM program.
To provide relevant services needed by the onion and allied value chain actors. It also aims to strengthen technical capacity of the Ministry of Agriculture to support onion and allied value chain actors to implement food safety standards.
Participants from this training are expected to disseminate the knowledge gained to improve the performance, growth, and export of onions and other horticultural products. Bahri Balle, QTV News.
I'm afraid that's all we got time for. Do join us tomorrow for the Weekend Review with Ade Drame. Until then, it's a bye from me and the rest of the team. Do have a pleasant evening. Bye-bye.